Okay, welcome. Hi, everyone. It is an absolute pleasure to be here today, and it's very exciting. What we are doing today is opening the door to invite you to the 2023 experience of what is the Wealth Whispering program. And this is something that I have never before had a program or an experience personally change my life as much as what this program and what this energy and what working closely with Goddess Lakshmi has created for me in my life, but also in my energetic and consciousness experiences in the last year. So there is a little bit of backstory to this. There's a little bit of a personal awakening. So I'm going to speak a little bit about that today, because this is not something that was planned. This is not something that I intended to create. For those of you who are new to this work or to me, first of all, welcome and thank you so much for being here. My name is Dr. Adila Rafiz. I live in New Zealand. I've been here my whole life. I work all over the world with clients, and my body of work is called Body Whispering. I'm the founder of the Life Whispering Institute, where we have our signature programs, and they're focused on creating your life, your health, your finances in a conscious way. So we had three main kind of signature programs: Body Whispering, Business Whispering, and Baby Whispering. And these have been around for anywhere between 5 to 10 years. Okay, so the first one was Body Whispering, then we introduced Business Whispering a few years later, and then lastly came Baby Whispering. So I was pretty good, I was pretty happy, and I was pretty busy already, and I didn't need another thing. And I definitely didn't set out to create something called a Wealth Whispering program, because I thought that Business Whispering covered it. We also talk a lot and teach a lot about money and like personal views and how to change your personal relationship with money in the Body Whispering class and in the business programs I run. So Wealth Whispering honestly came out of nowhere. It was directly channeled, and it was channeled initially for me in a session that I had with another healer who told me that this program was coming through for me, that it was coming directly from Goddess Lakshmi, who wanted to work with me, and she wanted me to call the program Wealth Whispering and to make it a part of the, offerings that I have under the Life Whispering Institute. And I can assure you that I was not comfortable with it. I was not happy about it. I didn't know what it was, and I didn't want to do it because I didn't really believe in it. I had no relationship with Goddess Lakshmi before that. I didn't really know who she was or what she did. And I also felt like I said, I already had that stuff covered. I wasn't unhappy in my life with my finances. I didn't feel like I was struggling or I needed more work or more input when it came to wealth or money. I thought that things were going pretty well. So I was a little confused and very hesitant to release out of the blue something called Wealth Whispering. And what was told to me was that I just had to put the work out there, because the people that it was for were going to find it. I was the vessel for it. I just had to get it out to the world so that the people that were looking for this and who needed this could receive it. So still not really believing in this completely, or even 50%, I decided to test it out. And so in April of last year, I put a message into only the Body Whispering group. I have Body Whispering practitioners from around the world. There's a couple of hundred people in that group anyway. And I said, look, guys, I'm doing a test pilot program of this thing called Wealth Whispering. I don't know what it is. I cannot promise you anything. all I've been told is that this program is to help you with your wealth and consciousness embodiment. And I am doing it at a trial price because I don't know what the results are. And I'm opening this up for 10 people for 24 hours because I need to know what this is so that I can, further develop it. And within that 24 hours, then it became 48 hours. We had 10 people instantly sign up, then it became 20. Then they kept asking, I kept getting messages from people all over the world. Hey, have I missed out? I want to join, I want to join. We ended up with 40 people in 48 hours in that program. And I was even more perplexed than when I started. Because I was like, now what are we going to do? And at each point, then what had happened is I was told, it had been told to me what I needed to do to receive the activations. I'm going to tell you what that is shortly. The transmission, the information, literally how to carry out the what of this program. And it was up to me to discover the further nuance and the results of the program. So it was my homework before I could facilitate this program for others. I had to go through my own initiation and I had to do these activations daily for an hour by myself to receive the codes, the upgrades, the information, and the embodiment of what was then going to be taught and channeled in the Wealth Whispering program. So I did it. I struggled, I didn't like it, I doubted it. But then what I couldn't deny was the results. What I couldn't deny was the energy. And what I couldn't deny was that when I lay down, because I was specifically told how to do these activations, when I lay down to do these activations, something was definitely happening. Something was definitely happening. I felt it physically, I felt it energetically, and then I noticed my life starting to change. And before this program, like I said, I had never thought of myself as someone who was really lacking in not just monetary finances, but I already thought I was happy. I thought I was self-confident. I thought I had a good level of self-worth, self-trust. I've been doing personal healing, personal development work and facilitating it for others for 12 years or more at this point. So I didn't think that I was lacking in those areas. And so I was extremely surprised when within a few weeks of doing this, my levels of self-happiness, self-trust, self-confidence, self-worth started to just go through the roof. I started to feel so happy, so content, so validated in my own experiences and expressions of what was happening in my life. And then the craziest thing was, it was starting to be reflected back to me. So all of a sudden, not only was I very happy with who I was and how I was living my life, I was receiving that validation from my family, from my friends, from my clients, from strangers. Never before had I received so much love and validation from people in my life without me needing it, asking for it, or doing anything different. And then that was the self-love and self-worth component. And then there was the business and the financial component. And the biggest change, again, was this trust aspect and this receiving aspect. Now, this is where I'll start to talk a little bit about what the activations are. I was told very clearly and very specifically how to do these activations, and activations are not healing sessions. They're not facilitation sessions. They're not verbal sessions where you are told something. They're not something where another healer or practitioner is doing anything to you. The activations work in a way where within you, the ability to receive, generate, and embody wealth, as is your birthright, is activated. So when we go through life, we all have experiences. And what happens as we go through life is we experience things that take us away from our true nature of being abundant, of being able to receive. We experience traumas, we experience our whatever situation we grew up in, whether sometimes it's poverty, sometimes it's parents with very limiting beliefs. Sometimes you may have had personal experiences such as abuse or trauma or really bad experiences with work or self-worth that stop you from being able to now receive, to generate your life, to create money, to create wealth. What the activations do is it reactivates, or it activates within you the receiving, the generating, the creating. And this is important, the ability to have and to hold that wealth. Because also receiving is one thing, but then a lot of us can't hold it. So if I gave you $10,000, you may be very happy, but then by tomorrow you might have given it all away, used it all, or found a way to get rid of it very, very quickly. If your levels of self-worth, self-trust, self-value are not there, if you are currently living in a cycle of debt, if you are currently finding that no matter how much comes in, that even more goes out, this is a holding issue. This is not just a receiving issue. This is a self-worth and the ability to hold, to feel worthy of, and staying in your power and continuously receiving and trusting that even more is coming. This is a different issue. So all of this is part of the activations. This is what gets activated. The other thing that gets activated are the things that lie dormant in you. You are here as a divine being, whether you remember that or not, or you trust that or not. And we have the ability to be taught and to be led and to be mentored by masters and energies that are seen as well as unseen. And in this particular program and in this particular instance, the deity that we are working with is Goddess Lakshmi. And what she embodies is quite specific. What she is here to teach is the embodiment of love and abundance, as well as power, empowerment. She is the personification of living a divinely aligned life where you are empowered in receiving and also using the gifts that you have to generate and create your life, to receive wealth and riches, and to feel empowered in your experience, to know that you are powerful. For those of you that don't know my background, I didn't know anything about Goddess Lakshmi before this program, before I received these activations and before I did this program. I did not grow up. I have Indian heritage. I grew up in a Muslim family. I grew up not knowing. I grew up in New Zealand. My family before that had migrated from multiple countries across multiple generations. I had not lived or been familiar with Lakshmi or any information about her in my lifetime currently. So I did not know the stuff beforehand. I didn't have a reference point of who she was or what she worked or did until this program. So my initial questions were, why me? And is this really true? Because I don't really believe, like, why would Goddess Lakshmi be working through me? And why would I be receiving these activations? And why would I be the person to facilitate this program on her behalf? However, I now absolutely believe in all of it, because since then, since we did the first trial program, the pilot program, we finished that, we ran the official program starting in August that went through until November. And we did a luxury retreat The very first time I was able to leave the country after COVID, I live in New Zealand. We had a really long and serious lockdown. I couldn't leave the country for 3 years. The first place I went is we organized this wealth whispering luxury retreat at the Ritz-Carlton in the United Arab Emirates, so just out of Dubai. It was phenomenal. And if you had told me that we were going to do that a year before that, 6 months before that, I wouldn't have believed you. But we did it. We had 20 people fly in from around the world. We did this luxury retreat. We did this program. And now there's even an advanced version. The advancement of wealth whispering energy is a program called Ascension, where we are now getting into the participants really mastering their ability to be connected to earth while at the same time being connected to their divine source at all times and being the receiver and creator of all things in their life. So in a very short time, it's been less than 12 months, this program has come out of nowhere and completely not only created a very solid foundation and changed multiple lives, it has completely changed my life. It has changed my business because energetically, this is now woven into every other program and class and session that I facilitate. And then lastly, and this is to me is the most exciting thing, and this is what I cannot lie about, it's what I cannot replicate, it's what I cannot take credit for. The results. The results not for me, but for the participants in this program. Oh my goodness, like I have never received this level of feedback from clients or participants. As soon as people signed up to this program, they started sending messages. Oh my God, I can feel it. This is happening. That is happening. Something's shifting. Something's changing. And then as we started these activations, after every activation, the feedback of what was received, what was perceived, what was felt physically as well as energetically, what was changing in people's lives. The true experience of some of the things that are conceptual. So some of you might have heard terms being used like quantum leap, divine embodiment, ascension, energetic codes or activations. I have never in my life felt as bold or confident enough to use that terminology in my marketing or my advertising, even if that is what we do. It's not how I speak about what we do, because I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch for people to receive that, and for me to say it. It's a bold claim to make. But that is the feedback, that was the testimonials. These are the words that are on the testimonials and the messages that we received, without prompting, without me putting those words in their mouth, without me saying, we're going to be quantum leaping. The messages we received, I've quantum leaped. Oh my gosh, I've received this, I've received that. I've never felt this type of energy before. I've never felt this level of confidence or self-worth before. I've never been able to trust myself in this way before. And so finally, what I want to bring to everyone's attention is, what is wealth and what is this program about? And it's the embodiment of conscious being. It's the embodiment of wealth and abundance across every area of your life. So yes, there is a focus on wealth, material wealth, income, receiving, gold, riches, income, money. But the side effects of this program reached far and wide. Like I said, my personal experience, relationships, the depth of love and acceptance and validation, the self-confidence, the leaning into and discovering your true gifts, the abilities that you have, your connection to your guides, to your divine self, and to your ability to create and manifest your life in every area. This is what has been created and what this program is about. So in 2023, the slight changes that we've made to this program to make it even better, to make it even more of a transformational container, is I've extended it from 4 months to 6 months. So now the program is 6 months that you get at that price point. It's going to run from March 2023 to whatever is 6 months. I think it's March, April, May, June, July. It's August 2023. Okay, 6 months. You get everything that we have included, plus you get the ability to come and join us at the Wealth Whispering Retreat. This year, the Luxury Retreat is in Koh Samui in Thailand. Okay, it's a luxury experience. Of course, it's beyond, beyond. There is so much stuff I don't even talk about. This program is not about gimmicks. I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to be like, there's merchandise, there's oils, there's this, there's that, because there is all of that. But I don't want this to be about the extras, because there are so many extras, okay? And there is amazing group sessions, there is individual sessions, there is the activations, there is the depth of discovering who you are and the connection to your soul alignment, okay? And there is the receiving of wealth, the opening up of your life, the monetary and financial changes, as well as the confidence and the self-love and self-worth. And there's so much more. But this program, while I wanted to talk more and give you more practical information than I had offered last year, I still want to make this about the pull that this has to your personal soul that tells you this is for me or it's not for me. The retreat, yes, we have the dates right now. We're just locking in all of the details, but it's seeming to be the 24th to the 26th of June. Is that correct, Rashmi, or July? June in Koh Samui. If you can't join live, you can do the retreat online. And there are two things that I'm going to make available to you guys only on this call for 48 hours. Very shortly, I'm going to share the information. But before I do that, I just want to allow you guys the space to ask any questions that you have. And then I'm going to go into the offer that we have for the pre-launch party, which is valid for 48 hours. So if you would like to, if you could raise your hand if you have a question, or you can type into the chat. Sarah, go for it.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, I'm just wondering about, obviously, as you know, I've done the Wealth Whispering program and I absolutely loved it. And I'm an Ascension now, but I'm still like so in love with this energy. I'm curious to know, what do you have repeat prices for this program like you do for Body Whispering? And also for the retreat as well, because I understand, like, will it be like last time where if I'm not in the full program, I can still come to the weekend?
Okay. See, I love this because I wasn't expecting our wealth whisperers to want to repeat it. So I hadn't even thought about repeat pricing. I'm going to say this for you, Sarah. We will create a repeat price for you, for anyone in Wealth Whispering that wants to repeat this year. We will create a repeat price for you. Sorry, it's not already there. We'll make sure it's the part of this 48-hour offer, so it's the cheapest price possible. And yes, you will be able to come to the retreat as an add-on. And how the retreat is going to work this year, it's like we did last year. If you're coming to the retreat, there is an add-on price, but if you're in the main program, it is at cost price. So it is a price you will not get. What we did this year, people came and stayed at the Ritz-Carlton at what turned out to be below cost, because I'd put the price out before I got the costing for the retreat. So I'm a little smarter this year, but it will be at a price that you're going to be like, oh, am I at this plus star resort, getting all my meals, my accommodation, all of these luxury experiences, and at the retreat at this price. That is the price you get if you are in the program. So we will put that out to you guys who are already in Wealth Whispering or in Ascension. I will make sure we get a special offer out to you in the next 48 hours, okay? And we will look after you.
Thank you very much. Do you mind if I ask one other thing? Just as someone who's been through this program last year, and as I said, like it's been so life-changing for me. It's been like the most exponential growth in receiving that I've ever had from anything I've ever done, which is saying a lot because I've worked, I've done a lot of work for a lot of years and spent a lot of money on a lot of programs. And I love it, but it was like everything that I ever worked towards in every other program and all the effort that I put in and the results were kind of slow and gradual. It was like everything materialized and manifested when I came into this program from all the work I'd done up until that point in my life, which was pretty incredible. And I just love this energy. I love being around it. So I will definitely be at the retreat online. And because I'll give that to myself as a gift. That's my birthday month. So that'll be awesome. And I am just curious, like, obviously I'm in Ascension now. I know that you've spoken about the possibility of training people to be able to facilitate one-on-one or groups of this in the future, which I'm very interested in. And I'm also just curious about the first Wealth Whispering program that you're talking about tonight. If we've done it already, is it something that you feel like we'd get something different out of if we did it again? Or is it a little different because it's an activation that you've sort of already got what you've got? I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, so definitely, like, the container is slightly different this time in terms of being for a longer amount of time and kind of facilitating different things. My awareness on this is the depth of what you would receive would continue to grow, right? When you do the program a second time. And I think it's going to have different energy and different nuance because you're going to have different people in that container. And then secondly, this is the year. So after this program and this year's Ascension, which will be following Wealth Whispering, is when we will be revealing to the world, as it's revealed to me, the practitioner pathway for Wealth Whispering. So I know it's coming, and I know that it's waiting on this year's program to unfold, because it is going to be there is going to be different stuff. You are going to get more out of it, and this is the continuation of it.
Okay, amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to speak on what Sarah has spoken about. Thank you so much for sharing what you said, Sarah. Like many of you, I've done years of work. I didn't think I needed another program. And I was at the point where I didn't actually think I even had a receiving issue. Like, I had thought I'd work through that. Now, one of the things that people do say to me a lot, and one of the questions that people have is, how do I receive more? Okay, cool. So I have a receiving issue. People seem to be like, I can't receive this, or I know I have trouble receiving this, but how do I change that? And that's a hard question to cognitively answer, because if you have a receiving issue, it's very hard to theorize what's going to change that, because it's not a theoretical thing. It's an experiential thing. You have to experience receiving, and you have to increase your capacity and ability to receive. Now, as someone who's done a lot of work and thought that I was not bad at receiving, like, whoa, this program opened up receiving in a way that I never knew it was possible to receive. And it made me have to, again, relook at what I thought I knew and acknowledge how much more is possible for us in our lives, and basically receive. I had to receive love. I had to receive like open admiration. I had to receive from Goddess Lakshmi. I had to receive wealth and riches. And I'm saying I had to receive this amazing retreat and an amazing team and support and people from all over the world saying this was amazing. And that might all sound like good things to be receiving, but if you're not okay with receiving, you can't receive it. And so for many people, the question is, how do I receive more? And it's not a how, it's not a doing. This is something that is intrinsic in all of us, and our receiving has been shut off or severely limited for most, if not all of us. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say some things, especially if you're female, especially if you're from certain cultures or upbringings, or especially if you've been abused or experienced trauma, your receiving gets shut down. If you grew up in a family that functions in a particular way, your receiving gets shut down. If you grew up in a family that favored one gender over the other, your receiving gets shut down. Your self-worth gets shut down. If you grow up in certain cultures, your receiving is limited based on the community, the communal experience that we have. And some of it is not, we don't even realize it because we don't realize when it happened. We don't realize that we've been affected by that. So, for example, here I am, and here I was thinking, like, I am a pretty confident, empowered, conscious person. I've been dedicated to this work for all of my adult life. And yet there was still so much for me to discover and open up and receive from doing this program. And this is one of the only programs that I've ever come across where it really is about being and receiving rather than doing. So here is some more information. This is different even to the other programs and classes that I run. It's different to what I teach you in Body Whispering or Business Whispering or Business Upgrade or Build Your Own Empire. Because those programs are about creating and building your life and doing the work or facilitating or working with others or working on your own life. There is a component of action involved, and there is a component of cognition involved. Okay, we include our minds in those classes. This is the only program that it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you think it's going to work or not. It doesn't matter if you have done any other work or you've done lots of other work. This works completely energetically with your soul. It's an activation of the soul, and it brings about the embodiment of it into the physical. So Sarah also spoke about things manifesting, finally manifesting so quickly when she'd done so much work on those same things for years and nothing had manifested into the physical. So this is the program that takes energetic work and energetic activation codes and downloads and transforms it into the physical actualization in your life. You see the results, you see that manifest, you see the money, the change, the forward trajectory, the opening up of those areas that you've been trying to change for years and years and years. This is why we talk about the quantum leap. So this is part of the program. I'm going to answer these questions, and then I'm going to go to Ankita, who has her hand up. Is it possible only within the 6-month program to attend the retreat or join online? Okay, so to answer your questions, you can do the whole program and attend the retreat for cost price, or you can do just the retreat. So you will be able to attend the retreat alone. A heads up, it's almost the same price. Okay, so because when you join the retreat only, you are paying for the 3-day retreat, all of the sessions in those 3 days. You're paying for your flight, your accommodation, all of the inclusions at the resort, and we make that a package. the people that are already in the Wealth Whispering program, we include the retreat contents and the merchandise in their program price. So we give them an add-on price of only the hard costs. So you can do the full program for 6 months and add on the retreat. Or yes, you can, of course, come to just the retreat online or in person. And it will be a cost that is significantly more, but still, it's going to be your choice. You can choose to wait until June and attend the retreat only, or you can choose to do this for the full 6 months and receive the benefit of all of the activations. When you are in the program, the retreat only deepen, like it's a very deep experience. If you attend the retreat only, I was also surprised because I was curious, how's it going to go for the people that haven't done the full program? They still said it changed their life. They still received more than they expected to receive. So you can do just the retreat on its own. From a financial perspective, especially if you're on this call and you have access to the early bird pricing, I would say it's beneficial to do the full program, but that is absolutely up to you. And we will be releasing the retreat only pricing when we do the full program launch, which is next month. You guys are at the pre-launch. The program hasn't launched yet. The proper launch is next month at early bird pricing. What I'm offering you today is going to be lower than our early bird pricing. Ankita?
Hi, Adila. Adila, I don't have any question. I would like to say thanks because since morning I was in the question because I truly had a lot of, self-doubt, self-worth. And I was in the question since morning where I'm stopping my receiving, and I think you have answered all my questions. So thank you so much. And I truly believe in ask and receive. So you delivered it today. Thank you, Adila. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And this is what I meant. Like, I did not trust when Lakshmi said, put it out there, the people that this is for will come. That I just need you to be the vessel. People will come. And I was like, what bullshit is that? Like, I feel crazy doing it. But when you say stuff like that, it reinforces how when we receive this divine guidance, how we need to start trusting it and trusting ourselves to follow it. And so much of the time we don't. We still go into doubt. We still go into question. We still think, oh, maybe I'm just crazy. I'm just making it up. I'm believing it because I want to believe it. But me trusting the guidance and putting it out there, and then Ankita following the guidance, getting on this call and realizing everything she'd been asking for is able to be delivered. Like, that's divine intervention right there. So thank you for that comment. And we have another hand up. Go for it, Shamshad.
Hi, Adila. Good afternoon from India.
Hi.
So one of my question is, I've taken a few sessions of body whispering. Other than that, I've not done anything. I've not even attended many of your sessions so I'm coming from a space for somebody like me who has not done any of the courses with you or anything like that. Would I be able to receive anything from this session? I know I have to answer that question, but I'm looking for some kind of reassurance from you.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is actually a great question. There are no prerequisites for this program. And in this program, there are many participants that I myself met for the very first time. So they hadn't had any body whispering, any familiarity with me. I had never met them. They had never met me. And on top of that, there was even people who were in a completely different language, so I couldn't even speak to them in English. They still ended up in the program and at the live retreat. And we got the same level of feedback, testimonials, life-changing gratitude from them. So I feel very confident in saying to you, You do not have to know me. You do not have to have done any work with me or any of my other classes or programs. This is the one thing that I offer that it's almost completely standalone as well. All of my other work, there is some crossover, and the more familiar you are, people then choose to continue on to the advanced classes. But with wealth whispering, you do not need to know anything about any of the other classes. You do not need to have done the program of like any of my business or body classes or even focus classes. This is a personal journey. And what I am doing in this role is actually holding the space and being the vessel for this journey that is a journey for yourself, further into yourself and into your capacity, into your connection with the divine, and into fostering a relationship with Goddess Lakshmi and receiving these activations for yourself. So you will be absolutely fine if you don't know me or haven't done any of my other work.
Thank you so much. This was phenomenal because, when you started the intro, I was like, you're not going to do the activation. It's not facilitation. It's not anything. Then what is it? I was there, but
I
yeah.
know.
So, but now this becomes even more clearer, and I have to just follow my knowing. Thank you so much.
You do. And, you guys think you're worried. You don't know how worried I was. Here I was promoting a program, and I was like, it's not facilitation, it's not healing, and it's not me doing it. And I was like, who in their right mind is going to do this program? Even I'm not convinced to do this program. How is anyone else going to show up to do this program? But you're right. Like, if there is that pull, if you're receiving this information, and even though it doesn't make sense up here, it makes sense in here, or your body or your energy, or you feel like your guides or your ancestors have pulled you to be here today and are nudging you forward, please use that as a hint, okay? And it's very hard for me to do a demonstration of the activation. Normally it would be very nice if I could do a demonstration, but it is such a deep and intensive experience. It is not something that I can just open up on a call and do without kind of having you feel like you're in a safe container where I can have follow-up with you and create an experience that is the most empowering for you guys. But what I will say, and we will in the last few minutes do a little introduction to the Lakshmi energy, but before then there's just some questions I'm going to answer, and then who wants to know the special pricing? Who would like to know the price point for this? I will go into that. There's a question: to keep the energy activated, is there going to be a daily practice after the workshop? Yeah, so let me go into the program for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the actual page, and I'm just going to check it's updated, because you know what happened? We had the program ready to go with all of the pricing and all of that. And then I just got on a call with the admin team and I said, guys, we need to have special pre-launch pricing. You need to put all of the discounted prices on there. So we've had to change everything for you guys, because it's literally like $2,000 cheaper than the program is going to be. Okay, so it's ready. Rashmi is telling me. Awesome. This is the Wealth Whispering program. Okay, so the program is pretty phenomenal. The energy is phenomenal. It's going to have you stepping into the greatest version of yourself. It literally changes everything, and it's going to touch every area of your life, from your physical health to your relationships to your finances. And it's going to change. Like it says here, it's not a money mindset course, it's not a business program, and it's not a cognitive experience. it's very much a channeled experience, and you will also be activating your channel and your ability to connect with Goddess Lakshmi and to channel and download information for yourself through this program. It works as a portal. We have these activations. So this is how the program's going to work. There's a whole lot of testimonials on there that you can read. We've extended it to 6 months in 2023. And how it's going to work is you're going to have live activations, and they have a particular theme, and it works through a journey for you over 6 months, starting with releasing the past, wound healing, forgiveness, collapsing time. So you start to see results very, very quickly, starting to activate and generate wealth, activating money portal. We include your body, sex, pleasure, Lakshmi energy, being initiated into Goddess Lakshmi and her temple, and doing the creation of your life with her energy. Then we have the retreat in the middle of the program. It's a 3-day retreat, so we've extended it slightly this year. It's in Thailand, as I mentioned. You'll get all the information for that. Then we continue with the program. And one of the important components of this year's program is there is a Facebook as well as a WhatsApp group. And what happens in between the live activations is you will get videos into your Facebook group. You have daily conversation and chat into your WhatsApp group, and there is a lot of interaction. This is one of the most interactive groups and programs you will find, because everyone is constantly sharing their experience, they're supporting each other, they're sharing their downloads, and I'm supporting you and giving you exercises or activations to play with on your own in between the live sessions. You get access to all of the replays. If for any reason you can't attend a call live, not only do you get that call uploaded as soon as possible so you can watch the replay, you have access to that replay for your lifetime. So you can go back and do it at any time. We are offering a bonus this year, which I'll talk about shortly. And these are actually this is last year's venue of the retreat. This year it's going to be just as stunning and just as magical. It's a 3-day retreat in Koh Samui. So here's the special pricing for you guys. The full price of this program is $5,500. That's what it will be in March. Okay, and there will be people joining at that price. For 48 hours only, you can pay $3,500. And that is the price, and you get everything in the program, and you will be able to join the retreat live or online at cost pricing in June. The payment plan available for you is $550 a month for 7 months. So if you can't pay in full, you can do $550 by 7. After 48 hours, the payment plan goes up to $550 by 10 months, and the pay in full price goes up to $4,500. That is the price for the next few weeks, and then it's going to go up to the full price. So that will be the early bird price, and then the full price will be $5,500, and it will be, I think, $833 a month. So this is by far the cheapest price, and we have a pre-launch price because this is a program that I want to get to as many people as possible. And I know even at this price point, it's not available for everyone, but we want to do our best because your life changes rapidly in this program. So if you have the ability to join and you're looking for the easiest and cheapest way to do it, this is it. And if you have questions about the logistics or about the payment options, that is available. Rashmi is here and I will be online following this call. You can email and we will answer your questions straight away. It starts on the 20th of March. So from now, you have 48 hours to secure these price points. Then it's going to go to early bird pricing for the next, I think it's going to be 3 weeks. And then the full pricing will start until the 20th of March. Okay, what are your questions, comments, and queries? Is there anything you need to know? No, the pricing is all US. So all of our pricing is always US. We have people from all over the world joining. So it's standardized to US price point. And so what happens is you pay in full. Now there is a bonus if you pay in full. If you pay in full, you'll get a personal activation session. This is very limited. A personal activation is where you get together with me and we personally connect to Goddess Lakshmi and we channel for you a full session, the activation, the codes, and the information that are very pertinent to you personally. And then you start the full program. If you don't pay in full, it's not a problem. You're not missing out. The full program is just as amazing. You'll get everything else. And the retreat is not included in this price, but you will get the cost price of the retreat. So that means the retreat, however much it costs us just to cover your accommodation and your food, that is all we're going to charge you. You will not be paying for the sessions of the retreat, for the merchandise we include, for all of the extras. We will take on that cost. We include the contents of the retreat for you. Okay. Sarah, did you have another question?
Yes, I do. I'm just curious, does that mean will there be an overlap with Wealth Whispering and Ascension? And if there is that, what would that be like?
I think it's only 1 week if there is an overlap, because Ascension finishes in March.
Okay. So I just want to clarify, are you saying that if you sign up to do the program and you pay in full, you get a one-on-one personal activation session? Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I'd forgotten we'd put that on there, but yes, that's what I'm saying. And we maybe should have taken it off for the early bird, but now that it's on there, it's on there. So if you pay in full, even at this price point, yes, you will get a personal activation session, which is honestly priceless. Like if we were to put a price on that activation, it would probably be like $2,000 on its own. Okay. So the pre-launch pricing, if you attend the retreat online, are you asking for just the retreat online pre-launch pricing? In that case, we don't know. We're literally in talks with the Ritz-Carlton right now in Koh Samui to get you our cost pricing. So that's why we're not releasing that particular information. As soon as we know it, we'll release the retreat only information. Any other questions? So guys, the easiest way to do this is the links. We have changed these links and we have to be strict with this time. I'm sorry. This is truly 48 hours. Okay. So today is the 31st of January. On the 2nd of February, that page that you saw with those buttons is not going to be there. You're going to see 4,500 and the new payment plan options, because this is genuinely an amazing offer. So we are only able to open it for 48 hours. You will still be able to join after that, but please don't call us a week from now or in March and say, I was on that call back in January. How come I don't have that pricing? Because it is only available for 48 hours. I want to make that as clear as possible. If you have questions, we're available for the next 48 hours. We will answer your questions. We'll give you information. If you want to speak to a wealth whisperer who's done the program, we can probably hook you up with one of our existing wealth whisperers like Sarah to talk about their experience. But it is truly for 48 hours. And then you will still get the early bird pricing. You'll still get a great deal. And then finally in March, it goes up to proper pricing. And just so you guys know, everything about this program, from the pricing to the structure, to the sessions, to the themes, to the payment plans, is downloaded. This is one program where I have had to learn to trust and to surrender completely, even when I don't feel comfortable, even if it's not my plan, even if I don't understand why it is the way it is. These are the price points. This is the way it's structured. There is a component of investment that creates the outcomes that is part of wealth whispering. So it is actually my highest price point of investing when you work with me, but it also creates the most phenomenal results. And if this class was priced or program was priced in a different way, or if I had tried to price it in a reasonable way, I actually don't think the results would be the same. Everything about it is channeled and downloaded, and I have just been told to trust Lakshmi and do what she tells me to do. So that is what I do in this program. Okay. I will make sure, Sarah, that you do not miss out, and the team will get back to you and the current Wealth Whisperers very shortly with the repeat pricing. Okay, so we are pretty bang on time for what I've allocated for this call. Do we have questions? Do we have comments? What would you guys like to know, or what would you like to receive? I do actually, Rabia, go for it.
Yeah, I do have a comment, and that is just thank you so much for everything in the last 1 year since I did my first body whispering to starting the facilitator class tomorrow. And really, it has just given me everything I was asking for. And it just, I don't know, I have no words, but just in the last 1 year, everything has moved. It has gone really, really fast. It has gone beyond my expectation. And I can't believe I'm doing it. And the self-worth piece has gone up. And it's just like, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And yes, let's just do 5 minutes of this energy thing, and then we'll wrap up the call, okay? Because I love what Rabia just said about the speed, and we have that speed with body whispering, we have that speed with the work that we do. And also when you're committed, of course the universe responds, right? Of course you put in your part, the universe is going to meet you. But with this program, especially the speed and the results, it's really something else. So hopefully we can give you a little taste of this. So I'm going to ask you guys, for those of you that are comfortable and you want to do this, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to do this. I'm going to ask you to allow yourself to just, for the next few minutes, allow yourself to receive and tap into this energy and create this communion with Goddess Lakshmi. So take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I'm going to ask you to completely relax in your body. And if there are any barriers or resistance in your body or in your energy or your mind, it's okay if you don't believe this, if you don't think it's possible, if you don't think it's going to happen for you. But I'm still going to ask you just for the next few minutes to trust and to explore this receiving and explore this energy. And I'm going to ask you to be present in your body while allowing the divine connection that you have to Lakshmi and to the universe to open up, to expand. And I'd like you to say hello to Goddess Lakshmi. And I'd like you to tap into this energy. And at this point, if you want to close your eyes, you might see a vision, you might start to feel an energy, you might start to feel tingling, you might start to hear words, you might start to feel like your body is floating or something is happening. And just allow Goddess Lakshmi to start to communicate with you and give you any message, any information, any downloads that she may have, any wisdom that she wishes to impart. And most of all, I want you to open yourself up to receiving her magnanimous way of being able to gift without any expectations, to take you on this journey of self-worth, self-love, and self-receiving. And to allow yourself to be the channel of this energy in your own life. And just take a few moments to thank yourself for showing up here today. Thank Goddess Lakshmi for gracing us with her presence today. And allow this wealth whispering energy to continue to whisper and work with you, your body, and your energy. Namaste. Okay. How are we going? Do we have any final questions before we start to wrap up? One of the things that is just so wonderful is the happiness that is available to you. Yeah. And the happiness that you could have, but a lot of the times we're not happy. And there's practical reasons, there's physical reasons, you know, there's family reasons why we're not happy, why we can't be happy. But my God, like the ability to be happy from the inside out, to create happiness and to feel that happiness and have the happiness lead you in your life rather than having external sources dictate whether you're happy today or sad today because your partner said this, or money is tight, or work is crappy. So it's a completely different experience and you become that embodiment, and it's just so special. And this is what I would wish for all of you to be able to experience, is that power and that potential of discovering who you are and how happy you can be, how peaceful you can be, and how successful you can be. Aparna, you have your hand up.
Thank you, Dr. Adila. I had a kind of a very cold, shivering energy going within me, and I could feel that blood literally, you know, going up and down. And as you said, yes, the message I got was it was not about money, but about me receiving. So everywhere, even when it is showering love to my family or people, it's always about I can give, but I don't deserve it to get it. So it was all about receiving, and that's where I had literally tears. So she said, it's not about money at all. It's about like how you would like to give people love. What would it take for you to receive it as well? And that is one of the reasons probably why everywhere there is a kind of a discontent and a longing, you know, that this is the way I should be receiving love. And probably my family members are not giving it the way I want it to be received. So that's where I need to drop the barriers and receive it just the way they want to give it to me.
That is so powerful and so amazing that you received so much in such a short amount of time. So I'm so grateful, and I hope that this is just the beginning, and you know, you have the ability to look into what else is available to you and what this program can offer. And like I said, guys, we're going to end the call now, but the easiest thing for you to do is, if you're in one of our WhatsApp groups, like the 5-Day Money Challenge or Body Whisperers group, you can send us a message in there. Or if you send an email, and I'll put the 2 email addresses. So it's adila@dradilaofees.com. You can email here and we will get back to you with any questions. You do have 48 hours from now, so I hope to see many of you in the program, and we will start telling you more about all of the details in the retreat as soon as they are available. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Have a very blessed day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.